Could Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle be the next pope? Why did Pope Francis put him in the global spotlight? The Catholic Church stands at a crossroads, grappling with a rapidly changing world. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle of the Philippines has emerged as a beacon of hope. Elevated to cardinal by Pope Benedict XVI in 2012, his star has risen under Pope Francis. His deep commitment to the poor and marginalized makes him a compelling figure. His warmth, humility, and genuine concern for others shine through in every interaction. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle's story begins in the bustling streets of Manila, Philippines. Born into a humble family, young Luis grew up witnessing the stark inequalities that plagued his country. His early life experiences instilled in him a deep sense of empathy and a calling to serve others. He was an exceptional student, and his dedication earned him the opportunity to study in Rome, where he deepened his understanding of the Church's teachings and mission. Upon returning to the Philippines, Tagle's leadership qualities quickly became evident. As the Archbishop of Manila, he gained a reputation as a compassionate, humble, and modern church leader. His emotional sermons and genuine connection with the Filipino masses made him a beloved figure in his homeland. In 2019, Pope Francis appointed Cardinal Tagle as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, a position that placed him at the helm of the Church's global mission efforts. This appointment was a testament to his unwavering commitment to the marginalized and his visionary approach to evangelization. Cardinal Tagle's rise within the Church is not just a personal journey, but a beacon of hope for many. His story is a testament to the power of faith, humility, and service in transforming lives and communities. The appointment of Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle by Pope Francis was not merely a strategic decision, but a reflection of shared values and vision. Both leaders embody a church that is deeply rooted in humility, inclusivity, and a preferential option for the poor. Cardinal Tagle, much like Pope Francis, is known for his down-to-earth approach and his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. They both emphasize living out the gospel through acts of mercy and compassion. Their focus on humility is evident in their simple lifestyles and their genuine concern for the marginalized. This alignment in vision was a key factor in Pope Francis's decision. Cardinal Tagle's appointment also signified the Church's growing recognition of Asia's pivotal role in the future of Catholicism. The Philippines, with its vibrant Catholic community, stands as a beacon of faith in the region. Modern leadership is another trait that sets Cardinal Tagle apart. He effectively engages with younger generations through his relatable communication style and his adept use of digital platforms. His ability to convey complex theological concepts in an accessible manner has made him a beloved figure among the youth. Furthermore, Cardinal Tagle's role in promoting the Church's mission globally cannot be understated. As the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, he has been instrumental in fostering the growth of Catholic communities, particularly in regions where the faith is burgeoning. In Cardinal Tagle, Pope Francis saw not just a leader, but a kindred spirit committed to the same ideals of mercy, service, and evangelization. Together, they represent a church that is ever more global, inclusive, and attuned to the needs of the modern world. The potential elevation of Cardinal Tagle to the papacy signifies a monumental shift in the global focus of the Catholic Church. For centuries, the leadership of the Church has predominantly been European. However, with the rise of Cardinal Tagle, there is a clear acknowledgement of the vibrant and growing Catholic communities in Asia. This shift reflects the Church's recognition of its truly global nature and its commitment to inclusivity. Asia, home to diverse cultures and religions, presents unique challenges and opportunities for evangelization. Cardinal Tagle's deep understanding of these dynamics positions him as a bridge builder who can foster dialogue and unity in a pluralistic world. Continuity of reforms is another critical aspect of Cardinal Tagle's potential leadership. Pope Francis has initiated several groundbreaking reforms, emphasizing mercy, environmental stewardship, and outreach to marginalized communities. Cardinal Tagle, with his shared vision and values, is likely to continue these efforts. His compassionate approach and emphasis on social justice align seamlessly with Pope Francis's agenda. Under his leadership, the Church could see a continued focus on addressing climate change, advocating for the rights of the poor, and promoting a more inclusive and merciful Church. However, the path forward is not without challenges. Cardinal Tagle may face resistance from traditionalist factions within the Vatican and the broader Catholic community. His progressive stance on various issues and his advocacy for reform may not sit well with those who prefer a more conservative approach. Navigating these internal dynamics will require diplomatic skill and steadfast commitment to his principles. Yet, Cardinal Tagle's track record of bridging divides and fostering understanding gives hope that he can lead the Church through these challenges. In Cardinal Tagle, the Church finds a leader who embodies the spirit of the modern world, one who is compassionate, inclusive, and deeply committed to the Gospel's call for justice and mercy. His potential leadership represents not just a shift in geography, but a profound opportunity for the Church to reaffirm its mission in a rapidly changing world. The question of whether Cardinal Tagle is ready to be the next Pope is both intriguing and complex. His strengths as a compassionate leader, skilled communicator, and theologian with a deep understanding of global Catholicism make him a compelling candidate. Cardinal Tagle's empathy and ability to connect with people from all walks of life have earned him admiration, not just in the Philippines, but around the world. His speeches and homilies resonate deeply, often moving listeners to tears and inspiring action. This emotional intelligence is a rare gift that allows him to touch hearts and minds, making the Gospel's message more accessible and relevant. However, some critics argue that Cardinal Tagle's emotional approach may be a double-edged sword. They question whether his heartfelt style might be perceived as a sign of vulnerability or lack of firmness in leadership. Additionally, concerns about his administrative experience have been raised. While he has undoubtedly shown great pastoral care and theological acumen, the role of the Pope also demands robust organizational and managerial skills. Leading the global Catholic Church requires navigating complex bureaucracies and addressing multifaceted issues that extend beyond pastoral care. Despite these criticisms, Cardinal Tagle's popularity among his fellow cardinals cannot be overlooked. His relationships within the Vatican are marked by mutual respect and admiration. Many cardinals see in him a reflection of the values championed by Pope Francis: mercy, humility, and a focus on the peripheries. This rapport could play a significant role in influencing his candidacy during a future conclave. Cardinal Tagle's potential elevation to the papacy is not just a question of readiness, but also of vision. He embodies a church that is compassionate, inclusive, and attuned to the needs of the modern world. Whether or not he becomes the next pope, his influence on the Church's future direction is undeniable. The possibility of Cardinal Tagle becoming the next pope carries profound implications, not only for the global Catholic Church, but also for the Philippines and Asia. For many Filipino Catholics, the elevation of one of their own to the papacy would be a moment of immense pride and inspiration. It would symbolize recognition of the rich faith heritage and vibrant spiritual life that the Philippines contributes to global Catholicism. A Filipino pope would undoubtedly serve as a powerful source of encouragement for the faithful in the Philippines, reaffirming their vital role in the universal church. Beyond national pride, Cardinal Tagle's potential papacy could have significant repercussions for the Church's mission in Asia. As a region experiencing rapid economic growth and social transformation, Asia presents unique challenges and opportunities for evangelization. Cardinal Tagle, with his deep understanding of Asian cultures and contexts, is uniquely positioned to bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, fostering a more inclusive and culturally attuned church. His charismatic leadership and empathetic approach could invigorate the Church's outreach, making the gospel more relevant and accessible to diverse Asian communities. Moreover, Cardinal Tagle's influence could extend beyond Asia to other regions with burgeoning Catholic populations such as Africa. His commitment to social justice, pastoral care, and theological depth resonates with many of the issues faced by these communities. By championing the causes of the poor and marginalized, Cardinal Tagle could further strengthen the Church's presence and credibility in these rapidly growing regions. His leadership would not only inspire the faithful, but also attract new believers, fostering a more vibrant and dynamic global church. In essence, Cardinal Tagle's potential papacy represents a transformative opportunity for the Catholic Church. It embodies a vision of a more compassionate, inclusive, and globally attuned church, capable of addressing the diverse needs of its faithful across continents. Whether or not he becomes the next pope, Cardinal Tagle's influence will undoubtedly shape the Church's future trajectory, inspiring hope and renewal among Catholics worldwide. At the heart of Cardinal Tagle's ministry lies a profound commitment to social justice and a deep identification with the poor and marginalized. This commitment is rooted in his upbringing in the Philippines, a country grappling with widespread poverty and inequality. Growing up, he witnessed firsthand the challenges faced by those living on the margins of society. This experience left an indelible mark on him, shaping his worldview and inspiring him to dedicate his life to serving others. Cardinal Tagle often speaks about the smell of the sheep, a phrase borrowed from Pope Francis, emphasizing the need for shepherds to be close to their flock, especially those who are suffering. He has consistently championed the cause of the poor and oppressed, speaking out against economic injustice, political corruption, and the exploitation of the vulnerable. His advocacy for the poor is not merely rhetorical. Cardinal Tagle is known for his hands-on approach, regularly visiting slums and impoverished communities, listening to the stories of those who have been marginalized, and working tirelessly to improve their lives. He sees the face of Christ in the suffering and believes that the Church has a moral obligation to be a voice for the voiceless and a defender of the defenseless. Cardinal Tagle is a passionate advocate for the new evangelization, a term coined by Pope John Paul II to share the gospel in a secular world. He believes the Church must engage contemporary culture, sharing the joy of the gospel meaningfully. For Cardinal Tagle, evangelization is about dialogue, encounter, and living faith authentically. Cardinal Tagle's elevation to prominent positions within the Vatican is also significant because he represents the global South, a region experiencing remarkable growth in Catholic population. As the Church in Europe and North America grapples with declining numbers and aging demographics, the Church in Africa, Asia, and Latin America is vibrant and dynamic with a young and growing population. Cardinal Tagle's appointment as prefect for the evangelization of peoples, a position traditionally held by an Italian cardinal, is a clear indication that the Vatican recognizes the shifting center of gravity within the Church. Born and raised in the Philippines, Cardinal Tagle brings a unique perspective to the Church's leadership. He understands the challenges and opportunities facing the Church in the developing world, where poverty, conflict, and social injustice are often rampant, but where faith is also a source of great strength and resilience. He is seen as a bridge builder, someone who can connect with the lived experiences of Catholics in the global South and amplify their voices within the halls of the Vatican. His presence in Rome is a sign of hope and encouragement for Catholics in developing nations, a sign that their concerns are being heard and their contributions to the Church are valued. Pope Francis's trust in Cardinal Tagle highlights his potential to lead the Church into a new era. If the day comes when Cardinal Tagle becomes Pope, how will it reshape the Church and inspire millions of Catholics worldwide? Share your thoughts on Cardinal Tagle's potential and the future of the Catholic Church in the comments below. One of Cardinal Tagle's most striking qualities is his ability to connect with people from diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. He is a polyglot, fluent in several languages, including English, Italian, Spanish, and his native Tagalog. This linguistic dexterity is not merely a practical skill, but reflects a deeper commitment to intercultural dialogue and understanding. Cardinal Tagle believes that the Church should be a church of the open doors, a place of welcome and hospitality for all people, regardless of their background or beliefs. He has worked tirelessly to build bridges between the Catholic Church and other Christian denominations, as well as with other religions, including Islam and Buddhism. He recognizes the importance of interfaith dialogue in promoting peace, understanding, and respect among people of different faiths. He sees dialogue not as a threat to Catholic identity, but as an opportunity to deepen one's own faith while learning from the experiences and perspectives of others. His commitment to interfaith dialogue is rooted in his belief that all religions share a common humanity and a common desire for peace, justice, and harmony in the world. Balancing tradition and modernity. Cardinal Tagle is often described as a moderate voice within the Church, someone who seeks to balance fidelity to tradition with a willingness to engage with the complexities of the modern world. He is deeply respectful of the Church's teachings and traditions, seeing them as a source of wisdom and guidance for navigating the challenges of life. At the same time, he recognizes that the Church must be willing to adapt and evolve, in order to remain relevant and meaningful in a rapidly changing world. He is not afraid to address difficult issues head-on, such as the role of women in the Church, the clergy's sexual abuse crisis, and the Church's response to poverty and inequality. He brings a pastoral sensitivity to these discussions, recognizing the pain and suffering that many people have experienced, while also remaining faithful to the Church's teachings. Cardinal Tagle's approach is characterized by a spirit of dialogue, humility, and a willingness to listen to different perspectives. He believes that the Church should be a listening church, a church that is attentive to the signs of the times and open to the promptings of the Holy Spirit. His ability to balance tradition and modernity, coupled with his deep faith and his compassionate heart, make him a compelling figure for a church seeking to navigate the challenges of the 21st century. A series of prophetic appointments. Pope Francis's decision to appoint Cardinal Tagle as prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples was a watershed moment. This powerful Vatican office, responsible for overseeing the Church's missionary work around the globe, had always been led by European prelates. Tagle's appointment sent a clear signal that the Pope envisioned a more outward-looking church, one less focused on its European roots and more attentive to the burgeoning Catholic communities of the developing world. This appointment followed a pattern. In 2015, Pope Francis had tapped Tagle to lead the Pontifical Council for the Family. This body had been at the center of heated debates over issues like divorce and remarriage. Tagle, known for his pastoral touch and non-confrontational style, was seen as a figure capable of fostering dialogue and understanding. These appointments, while significant in themselves, take on added weight when viewed as part of a larger strategy. Pope Francis, from the moment he took the name of the humble saint from Assisi, has sought to reshape the Church in his image. More merciful, more attentive to the poor, more engaged with the world. In Cardinal Tagle, he appears to have found a kindred spirit, a leader who embodies these same values and who possesses the charisma and vision to help usher in this new era for Catholicism. The future of the Church, hope embodied. Cardinal Tagle's rise within the Church coincides with a period of great change and uncertainty. The Catholic Church, like many institutions, is grappling with internal divisions, external challenges, and a rapidly changing world. Yet amidst these swirling currents, Tagle represents a beacon of hope, a figure who embodies the possibility of renewal and reform within the Church. His emphasis on mercy, his commitment to the poor, his passion for evangelization, and his ability to build bridges across cultures and faiths all point to a different way of being church, one that is less hierarchical, less focused on rules and regulations, and more centered on the person of Jesus Christ and his message of love, compassion, and service. Whether or not Cardinal Tagle eventually ascends to the papacy, his influence on the Church is undeniable. He represents a new generation of Catholic leaders, formed in the crucible of the post-Vatican II Church, comfortable in a globalized world and committed to dialogue and engagement. His example serves as a powerful reminder that the Church, while steeped in tradition, is also a living, breathing organism capable of change and renewal, always striving to fulfill its mission of proclaiming the good news to all people. A legacy of faith, service, and love. In the tapestry of the Catholic Church, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle's story is still being woven. His journey, from humble beginnings in the Philippines to the upper echelons of the Vatican, is a testament to his unwavering faith, his compassionate heart, and his tireless dedication to serving others. His legacy will likely be defined not by titles or positions, but by the countless lives he has touched through his ministry. He has inspired millions with his humility, his warmth, and his unwavering belief in the power of God's love to transform lives and heal a broken world. As the Church looks to the future, Cardinal Tagle stands as a beacon of hope, a symbol of the Church's enduring commitment to the gospel message of love, mercy, and justice. His life and ministry serve as a powerful reminder that the Church is at its best when it is close to the poor, when it is a voice for the voiceless, and when it is a force for unity and reconciliation in a world often torn apart by division and conflict.